But remember, this is a different country. The country owns the children. You do not own those children, okay? So whatever mistake you do with those children, they can be taken away. So if you come to work day and night to afford to pay my education, my university education, or else I was going to be chucked out of the university. I got a few warning red letters. Took me to debt collectors because I could not afford. I borrowed money from the bank. I could not pay the banks. So all those kind of issues were coming up. So during my time at college, I remember my lecturers telling me, Joe, you'll be good in nursing than radiography. I was so arrogant.
Welcome back everyone to NorSpeaksOut. I'm Noor, and you know this channel is all about African history and diaspora stories. And on this episode, I'm interviewing Joe. He's going to tell us a little bit about his life, his experiences of moving from the beautiful Uganda and coming to the UK. So Joe, tell us a little bit about yourself, and if you could also tell us where you were born and raised, please.
Thank you so much for having me. So my name is Joe Jude Lutwama, others call me Salumi Joji. Yeah, I was born in Uganda, but made in the UK.
Made in the UK?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. So...
Born where in Uganda?
So I was born in Zambia, which is in Kampala. Obviously, my family, or my mom, is down there in Matuga, Bombo Road. Okay. So it's in Wakiso district.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So when did you come to the UK?
So, yeah, I think I came in the UK 21 years ago now. Yeah, 21 years ago this year. I've been in the UK. So I was a young man when I left Uganda.
How young?
Well, I was young. I was in my early 20s when I came to Uganda. But now, look who I am now.
Yeah, still young. It's fine.
Yeah, I might look young, but hey, you know, they say they don't crack. But yeah, I look at myself in the mirror and look at my grey beard and I'm like, gosh, I am getting old. Okay. Times have changed, yeah. Okay. Indeed.
Fair enough. Fine. So you came about 20 years ago.
That's correct. So from Kampala,
moved to the UK. What was the reason? Why did you come to England?
So when I came to the UK, I had my sisters here. I have 3 sisters who are living here. Okay. So they were here already, and they were studying. So I came to study. I did my university studies or tertiary education in here in the UK. So yeah, to answer your questions, I came to study. So I spent my time with my family here, with my sisters here, who helped me to come here to study. Okay.
So what were you studying? What was the course? You didn't do that back in Uganda before?
So at the time, I was more interested in construction and development or management. So there was a course that wasn't available in Uganda.
Okay.
So I applied in Portsmouth University to do that course. I didn't start straight away when I came to the UK because of some few reasons. So I changed university and I went to Southampton Solent University.
Okay.
So I did construction management down there.
Okay.
So
you finished the course?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And then you worked in construction. What happened after?
So that's a long story then.
Okay.
So
I've got time.
Yeah. So me, after construction, that was the time when the whole world had what we called a recession. Do you remember that time of the credit crunch?
Yes.
2008, that was the time we finished university. So we graduated at the time where the construction industry had collapsed and there were no jobs in construction. The people who were in the jobs were being made redundant at the time. So there was no way you, a junior with no experience, you're coming in to get a job where a person who's been in the job for 15, 20 years has been made redundant. So there was no chance at the time.
Okay.
So I didn't manage to get a job in the UK, but there was an option. So I just thought, why don't I travel back to Uganda and find something to do?
Okay.
So my sisters were a bit shocked with my decision. Like, Joe, you can't do that. They panicked and they told my mom, Joe is returning to Uganda. He can't do that. He's not going to find a job. He's going to stay there. His visa is going to run out, this and that. I just said to them, I need to do this before the time lapses. So I went to Uganda and managed to get a job. I had a friend of mine who connected me to some construction company. He worked for that construction company. So I managed to get a job as a clerk of works. So clerk of works for some big project, which I never imagined I would do straight after my university. So we did some big project for MTN Uganda. It was a construction project. We were building a switch center. There was a new switch center that was being built. We had some other contractors from South Africa. So they came. So I managed to collaborate and work with these guys, get their knowledge, learn from me. Actually, I didn't even attend my graduation ceremony.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was in the office in Uganda watching my graduation ceremony live on the computer in the office in Uganda, because I was not here to attend my graduation ceremony. But the reason for that is different. I would have come back to that graduation ceremony, but I know I was not invited.
You weren't invited to the graduation?
I was not invited to the graduation.
Why?
So that's a long story. When you come to the UK to study, you come as an international student from Uganda. Okay? So when you come here, you have to prove you can support yourself in that education. At the time we started, an international student was paying £8,000 a year. And at the time, my sponsor could not support me beyond my second year. So I had to find ways of finishing second year and third year. So what I did, I had to work hard to get the money to pay for my university. I could not do that. I could not get and remember at the time, students are allowed to work 20 hours a week. So 20 hours a week is just enough money for you to look after yourself. And you know, when you're in the UK, back home, you've left your siblings, you've left your mom, there is a family there. They expect you to get them something. If there is a problem, you are here to send them something. So it's hard as a person here to work, save for your tuition, look after yourself, and support the family back home in Uganda. So at that time, to cut the long story short, I owed money from second year. So by the time I go to third year, I had to finish paying the first year. Okay? So you were not allowed to attend the graduation ceremony if you haven't paid the tuition, completed the tuition. You can graduate, they'll give you that you graduated, but you will never get your certificate until you pay the money and you don't attend the ceremony. But they let you do the dissertation and let you do the exams, but you do not attend the ceremony and you do not get your certificate. But the documents are there, you've graduated. It's painful. But again, you think about it, they have let me finish the studies. I've finished my degree. At some point when I get the money to pay, I'll get my certificate and I'll get a job after that. That's the key. So the ceremony, as much as I would love to be on the ceremony with my friends, we celebrate together. But you think back, we all have different situations and circumstances. So you were in. So yeah, that's the reason why I didn't attend my ceremony anyway.
I'm with you. And the time's passed. You did eventually get your certificate.
After 3 years. After 3 years of graduation. So at that time, because I didn't have a job in construction, when I went to Uganda after my contract, actually I was in Uganda for a good 2-3 months. After that, I returned to the UK. I decided to come back. So you worked for this company for 3 months.
3 months.
And I returned to the UK. So when I returned to the UK, I wanted to get back into construction. But again, I had to retrain. After a year out of university and having worked here in the UK, you had to retrain. So companies were saying you need to do this kind of course to top up to do this, to get a job. But obviously we were still in the credit crunch, in recession again. The industry hasn't picked up yet.
Yeah.
So at that time,
2009.
So we are in 2009. End of 2009. So I thought September 2009, I went inquired about certain courses to start, but they told me you need 5,000 to do this. And I'm like, where am I going to get 5,000 pounds to retrain? I just said, okay, forget it. I need a job to find something to look after myself and look after my family, look after my mom in Uganda. Yeah, that's when I found something else that I had interest in.
And that something else was?
I continued, because when I was at university, I was doing care work.
Okay.
Support work. So I just continued doing support work because I'd made a lot of friends. I had experience in the job. So that was one job where I could not lack somewhere to work. The industry was busy and they needed people who had experience and expertise to do the job. So I continued doing that job.
Okay.
Which I really enjoyed while I was in Southampton.
Okay.
So I did access to higher education, because if you haven't been at university for quite some time or into education for quite some time, to get to university, you go to do access. That's where you do your maths, English, and a few other courses to do. I wanted access to radiography.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to do radiography. Again, that was my sister Gemma, who was convincing me to do radiography. She convinced me to do the construction degree, which I did, and then whatever happened, we've discussed that.
Yeah.
So radiography, I was like, okay, I'm going to do radiography. Because she knew a few people had done radiography, they recommended her, and I really trusted her. I trusted her opinion, I valued her opinion. And when she said that, I said, let me give it a good go. Let me try it. So yeah, I tried it. I went to do the access and I did all the subjects. That's when I went back to maths, biology, physics, all that I dropped in O levels back in Uganda many years ago. Nearly 10 years, or over 10 years ago actually, I hadn't done that. So I went back to biology, chemistry, physics, maths. And I'm like, hang on a minute, I'm doing the subjects I dropped in O levels and I did not like. So during my time at college, I remember my lecturers telling me, Joe, you'll be good in nursing than radiography. I was so arrogant.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to tell them, you can't tell me this. I'm here to do radiography, not nursing. If I'm going to do nursing, I'd rather quit and I just go back to what I was doing. But I'm not doing nursing. I'm doing radiography. So my fellow students told me, Joe, I tell you what, you'd be a very good nurse if you went for this. I say, guys, can you mind your own business and do your own courses and we get out of here? We finish course and you all carry on with your life. Do not tell me what I have to do. I was very arrogant.
Okay.
But I guess God was speaking on them to tell me exactly where I should be going. So what happened was I applied for university after the courses and I didn't get the places I wanted for radiography. I wanted somewhere in Portsmouth, Southampton University, because I was living in those areas at the time.
That makes sense.
So those universities were closer. And I didn't get a place. And 1 year was going after college. And I'm like, actually, I haven't got my course I wanted. You know what? Let me just do nursing.
Okay.
I changed my mind. And I'm like, since I haven't got the place for radiography, probably they won't take me on. Let me just go for nursing.
And see what happens. Okay.
Yeah. Remember, I'd done a lot of nursing. I had a lot of healthcare background, like doing care work with the elderly, learning disabilities, brain injury, drug and alcohol, mental health patients, all that I'd done it. So I had vast knowledge of what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I decided to apply for nursing. So all the universities I applied to, they all gave me a place. They were like, yes, you tick our boxes. And I'm like, wow.
Okay, so that's 2018. You started, and then you finished about
2021.
21, and so you've been in nursing ever since.
Yeah.
Nice. And are you still enjoying it? You like it?
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. I love it.
And no plans? I'm going to ask you about your plans in a little bit. Sorry. But just to find out, like later on, do you see, maybe in the future, foresee that you might maybe get back into construction or property? Because that was kind of the first thing that was on your mind when you came originally. But are you like content, would you say, in nursing and mental health now?
I think I'm happy where I am. I can't see myself going back in construction. So personally, I'm a people person. I like working with people, and I like something that is going to benefit others, and I like giving back to our communities. So when I thought about it, construction was not one of those things that would enable me to give back as much as I would not be that kind of job I would do and get satisfaction. So whatever we do in life, it has to give you that satisfaction that you've made a positive difference in people's lives. And I felt construction was not one of those things. Yes, I would make a difference in my bosses' lives because they get the money, I do the job for them, they benefit. But have I benefited? Have I benefited? So my intention of working in nursing is because I really want to work with people who will kind of feel like I've given back to them. I've supported them emotionally, physically, and mentally. So there's that kind of satisfaction you get when you work with people who are going to appreciate your support. So that's why I feel like I'm more kind of programmed to do this kind of job than the construction industry.
Okay, fair enough. And it's good, I guess, you bit by bit you've learned about you again, and I guess the job that suits, that fits you more than anything. And it took a while to get there, as it does for a lot of us. So, which is fair enough. So, okay, so you came, you're in your 20s, completed your construction course, went back to Uganda, and then came back to the UK, got into nursing, etc., in plumbing. So just wanted to talk about just your experiences here, some of the difficulties even that you faced over the course of those 10 or so years as you're getting into nursing and qualifying. What kind of problems did you face, but then also how did you deal with some of the issues that you had?
There's no life without problems. So for me, I find what you would call problems, they're just challenges. They're just challenges in life. They're meant to be there. They're meant there to test us. But at some point, we got to go through them. Obviously, someone who's traveled from another country coming into here, you find a lot of immigration challenges. So everyone who's traveled from another country to come here, they will find those challenges, trying to renew visas, trying to work within the immigration rules, all those kind of challenges. For me, as a student, I struggled a lot. As I mentioned earlier in the interview, that at that time, I paid for my own tuition. I had to work day and night to afford to pay my education, my university education, or else I was going to be chucked out of the university. I got a few warning red letters. Took me to debt collectors because I could not afford. I borrowed money from the bank. I could not pay the banks. So all those kind of issues were coming up. So the financial challenge was there because I wasn't allowed to do more than 20 hours. But sometimes you had to close your eyes and say, okay, it's holiday time. I need to use every day I have and every minute to get the money. So that was a challenge.
All the while actually completing the course as well.
Even completing the course was a challenge because remember, you are working, but you got to do your assignments, your dissertations, your exams, you got to revise, read, and all that. That is going to have an effect on the results you're going to get because you are not concentrating. Your brain is looking into somewhere else and you are focusing on looking for the money you want to study. And some of my friends or my classmates, 95% were being sponsored by their parents. Those who came from Africa, they were being sponsored by their parents, unlike me. So when they were going out for a night out, I was going for night shift. And they're like, Joe, why don't you come out with us? And I was like, guys, I'm tired. I won't come. I won't be able to. But most of them didn't know actually how hard I was working.
Yeah.
In the morning, I'll be the first person in class. They would come in class late because they had a hangover. For me, I was on a night shift, but I'll be the first in class. When it hits around 11 o'clock, my eyes would turn red. I'll be tired. I'll be dozing. And some people assumed I smoked weed because I always had red eyes. And they used to laugh in class. And people believed, I never denied it because I didn't want them to know that I was coming from work to attend class. So, you know, people used to think I smoked weed. And to be honest with you, I did not even know how cannabis or any of those drugs smelled until like maybe 10 years ago.
Question, why were you reluctant to let people know that you were working?
So sometimes some things we just don't want people to have question marks. Other times you just want a private life. Though some people can be, I didn't want anyone to sympathize with me at the time because I knew where I'd come from. I came from, I wouldn't say it was a poor family, it was an average family, but I knew where I'd come from and I knew what an opportunity I had to make myself better. But I knew I had to struggle to make myself and others around me better. And I knew that was my responsibility to do everything it takes, anything it takes to make sure things are better back home for my siblings, my nieces and nephews, so all that. So I didn't have to tell anyone my business. I didn't have to tell them why I was going through that because none of them would give me money to do that.
Those issues then that you faced, predominantly, I guess, financial and stress related. Aside from, I guess, kind of just putting your head down and getting on with it, were there any other ways that you were able to cope? How you dealt with those issues?
So I had a very good community in Southampton. So in 2010, I had a group of friends. We came together and formed the Ugandan community in Southampton. So that was formed in my house. So this group of friends, we got together. We thought, okay, what can bring us together as Ugandans in the area? So we managed to get ourselves together. We managed to organize ourselves to support each other in that community. This was through childcare. If you have a bereavement, we would be there for you. People who were getting married at the time, because I had a few young men who were within the same age range as me. They were getting married, they were getting into relationships, others struggled with childcare, and others didn't have cars to drive to work opportunities, all those kind of things. We thought as a Ugandan community, we could tap into all these kind of things to support each other. And if we make a community, we'll be able to make a difference in our area or get support maybe from the council, things like that. And indeed, we did get some support. So the Ugandan community in Southampton felt like my other home, my other family there. People, we're still friends with these people in Southampton. I still go and visit them. I still see them. They were like a family to me, another family. And my family, my biological family, knew I had these close friends. And up to now, I still call them my sisters. I have brothers. When we have family functions, these are the people I invite. I still invite. And they've been there for me. They've been there for me. I've been there for them. So I think that helped me a lot to keep going and knowing I have at least a sense of belonging. I have somewhere I belong. So we used to get some kind of grants from the council in Southampton. We used to run kids projects, art and crafts, drama, all those kind of things from the council to keep our community going. So that is another way of how we manage to stay sane in the diaspora,
in the midst
of all the chaos.
So for you now, you're in nursing,
Yeah.
content, you're still part of the Uganda community here, and you've obviously dealt with a significant amount over the course of the 20 or so years that you've been in the UK.
Yeah.
What would you say to maybe another Ugandan thinking about coming to the UK, potentially considering maybe moving, migrating here for similar reasons? Would you say yes, come? And then if yes or no, say why. What reason would you give?
So that's a tricky one. If people want to come to the UK, I'd say if you are coming, you are coming as a professional, yes, that's great. At the moment, we've had quite a lot of people who've come through the sponsorship visas for the care workers, nurses, who've managed to transform themselves here and make a life out of it. Unfortunately, there are those people who chose to abandon their jobs back, well-paying jobs in Uganda, sell their property to come to the UK because they saw that sponsorship visa, I'm coming as a dependent, or I'm going for the carers visa, and they go here, they've got no jobs. So if it was me at this moment and I was in Uganda, I wouldn't advise anyone to sell their property or to get rid of to quit their jobs there to come to the UK.
Okay.
The grass is not always greener where we're going. So things have changed from the time I came. So when we came to the UK, you would come to the UK today, you find a job today and start tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's how good the situation was. The jobs were available. Unfortunately, at this time, it's not the case. When I graduated as a nurse, they were fighting for us.
Yeah.
You did an interview, you just know, I've got this job, because the jobs were there for nurses. But now, some people don't even get shortlisted for the nursing jobs. That's how many applicants we have. People have traveled from all over the world to come to work into the industry. So if it was to advise someone from Uganda to come here, come when you know you got a job for you to go into. Do not come here assuming you will find a job when you get here. Unfortunately, it might take you years before you get a job. You'll be frustrated. The weather will kind of hit you hard, a place where you're going to reside, and not many people will accommodate you if you are not working, because you are not bringing anything on the table. So it's important to know where you go when you have a job. Me, as part of the Uganda Nurses and Midwives Association, we've helped people who've come to the UK from Uganda. If you come here as a nurse, we help to kind of signpost or give them the training, guidance, and all that kind of support. If you are coming as a nurse from Uganda, we know what to do and we support you if you find a job. Are you struggling to find employment here as a nurse, or are you struggling in your role as a new nurse? I'm one of the directors for the association. I'm the chair of directors for the Uganda Nurses and Midwives Association. But we got our president as well, who has done a very good job in looking after those nurses who have come from Uganda. And they're looking for employment here, or they have gone to find jobs, but they are struggling in their roles. So we go different NHS trusts that we can kind of work with to try to support them, and we know where to go. So people like that, in my association, we know how to help people like that. But if you're just coming from Uganda to work here, if you haven't got a job, I'd say do not sell what you have to come to the UK. The grass is not as green as we thought it was. That's very true. Yeah, so I'd say if you have children in Uganda and you've come here to work, if the job is there and you come together as partners, father and mother, bringing your children, that's absolutely fine. You can bring your children and live with your children. But remember, this is a different country. The country owns the children. You do not own those children, okay? So whatever mistake you do with those children, they can be taken away. So if you're coming with them, remember, our child care here is completely different from Uganda, where you're going to get a housemaid or support from the family to look after your children. Not many people are going to look after your children here. One of you will have to sacrifice to do that. For me, I'll speak for myself. My wife went 10 years without working. She was a stay-at-home mom looking after our children. We got 4 beautiful children. We got Teresa, we got Titus, Talia, and Tony.
Oh, nice name.
So yeah, you know,
All
so
the T's.
all the T's, we got them. So their mom, Angela, has done a good job bringing them up and teaching them the morals to be like the good citizen they can be. It's been a challenge, but at least we gave them that time. So for those 10 years, I had to work to support the family. So you go to sacrifice, be ready to sacrifice in bringing your children. And you have to discipline yourself, to discipline the children. If you don't discipline them and try to do whatever the children want to do and let them be the way they want to be, they will go astray. And this world will teach them. So as parents, for me, from our African background, we need to understand if we have children, let's teach them the manners to behave like the children we want them to be. Not let the world teach them. We got to have those abilities to stand firm as parents. You know, there is something that most parents say or do, say, oh, my children, like they're my best friends. No, children can't be your best friends. That's a lie. These parents, this is where we go wrong. I don't take that. My children are my best friends. My children will only be my friends or my best friends when they turn 18, when we are all adults at the same level. If you are still under 18, you are a child, and I'll tell you what to do if you're under my roof, and I'll train you as my child. Because you are a minor, you are supposed to be my child. I'm not going to make you my friend. I'm your parent. And I'll do the parent's responsibility. If you let the children dictate what they want to do, I want a gadget, I want a tablet, I want this phone, I want this, you get things wrong. I know our parenting skills are different, but I believe in putting boundaries. I believe in that, because that's the only way we can mold our children to live in a better world. Things are going left, right, and center now.
My last question is, what do you miss? So you've been in the UK for 20 years plus, likely here a little bit longer. What do you miss about UG, about Uganda, about Kampala, Wakiso?
So I miss everything about Uganda. You know, Uganda is a beautiful country. Uganda has got lovely people. Ugandans have got a good sense of humor. You know, I miss my mom. She is there. My mom lives in Matuga, Mrs. Lutwama. I miss my family over there, and I miss my friends. One thing I've managed to do is to keep my good friends. So friends from primary, friends from secondary, we're still in touch. Social media is so good in that sense. Not in everything, but keeping in touch with people, I've managed to keep. So when I go back to Uganda, I'm looking forward to catching up with friends and family. So I miss that weather, the atmosphere, Uganda going out and enjoying life. People are working up to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and they go home, be with their families. Weekends, everything is happening. Enjoying weddings, parties, weekends, that kind of lifestyle. Here you work Monday to Sunday. You don't have many things happening. In winter you are indoors because you don't want to go out there. It's too cold. So I miss that kind of lifestyle. So as in terms of what I would advise people, so for me, I would call upon all Ugandans in the diaspora, Ugandans especially in the UK, to stop the attitude of I do not associate with Ugandans, to stop the attitude of I don't go to Ugandan things, Ugandans talk too much. If you're Ugandan and you say Ugandans talk too much, you were Ugandan, you talk too much as well. If you say, I don't associate with Ugandans, you're Ugandan and you don't associate with yourself. I invest in social capital because I like social capital. I like being around people. I thrive around people. I know what I can give to the community. And when we're here in the UK, no matter what you're doing, think about back home. Think about what you can give back home. If you can't use your profession to give back home, try and at least find a charity in Uganda. Try to support those who are going to give back home. Okay, get involved in community associations of Ugandans who are in the UK. We got a lot of association. We have the Uganda Nurses Midwives Association, which I belong to. We got the Doctors Associations. We got other community association like the Bunyoro Chitara Kingdom associations. We do have quite a lot of associations, Papa Jaspers, community awards, all those kind of trying to appreciate our Ugandans in the diaspora. So I would encourage all Ugandans, call upon all Ugandans to be part of this so that they can bring us together. I take this as our home if we are here. If you're in Uganda, would you be involved in a local council in your area, in a village council, in village meetings? If you would, why don't you get involved in our gatherings here? If the health professionals try to go back home and give back. Last year, Uganda Nurses and Midwives Association, we did a charity run from Kampala to Gulu. Gulu is northern Uganda. So 350 miles running for 6 days. We were raising mental health we were doing a mental health awareness, trying to raise awareness for ill mental health. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's what we do. We give back, we go in the communities, we do other things as an association. But we feel like if we collaborate with the Ministry of Health or if we collaborate with the other associations in Uganda, we'll be able to make a difference. So we don't come here to just enrich ourselves. We go to support our families, we support our communities back in Uganda. That's how we're going to value our country, add value to our country, and are the people we left back home. God puts us in these positions for a reason, to support others, not just for yourself. Don't think about yourself. Think about what you can give back. And that's what I feel is the prime purpose of us in this life.
Amen to that. My goodness.
Amen.
Oh, thank you so much. That's a nice way to finish, to close off our interview. Thank you so much for coming on the YouTube and sharing your story, your history with us. We absolutely appreciate it. I do. I'm sure the viewers do as well. If you have any questions for Joe or for me, if you want to find out any information about the organizations he's part of as well, if you need any help, please message and write, and I'll try our best to get back to you as soon as we can. But this is NorSpeaksOut, and on this episode, Joe has spoken, and so we're asking you, Wahura.
Wahura.
Very nice. Which means, are you listening? Bye, guys.
Bye.